Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well, and salutations to the Akim around the world that pushes truth and sincerity. I'd like to touch a short topic entitled Use the Will, but not abuse it. Because while you're living here, you have a lot of things that you will need. You have a lot of things that will be useful to you. But having the discernment to know what and how much is something you always have to get used to. Say 1 Corinthians 7 verse 31 it say, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world pass it away. Because you will have things in the world that could be utilized for different reasons. But you have to know through discernment and through the scriptures what is expedient and what is not. And an expedient, like in terms of necessary. Because it have things that could be used for entertainment. It have things that could be used for pleasure. It have things that could be used to take care of yourself. It have things you can use for many different things. But through the law and the scriptures, you'll understand what could be used and what can't. And then you will know through discernment how to do things in moderation also. All of these things are good to always keep in mind. Today's 1 Corinthians 2 verse 15 it says, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. So if a man spiritually minded, according to the scriptures, he could be able to use proper judgment to know what could be utilized in this world and what to leave alone. All this goes back to the wisdom of the scriptures. So the Proverbs 4 verse 7 it says, wisdom is the principal thing. So in everything you do, you must always use the wisdom of the scriptures. This is your guideline to know how to use the world and not abuse it. Because by abusing it, you're going to end up harming yourself. It says wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. That understanding is something very important. Because I have a lot of people that do and know, but they don't understand properly. Just like most of the people in the world, there's know, but to understand is something different. When you actually have understanding, you'll know how to go about things the correct way. Especially if you understand the things that are in the world from a spiritual point of view, you will know how to deal with it, because it have a lot of things that people just do and use and they don't know much about it. It have people who just look at things like the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, and they just look past the spiritual meaning behind it, and they just look at it like, okay, it's something to help track your children when they're lost. They don't have wisdom and discernment to make proper judgment. So they will abuse the world because they don't have that wisdom. It says 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11 it say, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And through the wisdom of the scriptures, you wouldn't be ignorant of the different devices Satan have. If you're not aware or don't have discernment in these categories, then you will abuse the world, and by doing so, you'll abuse yourself. So this is just a short touch on using the world but not abuse it, because there are many things that you can utilize in the world, but always use wisdom when you're using these things, because you don't want to end up abusing it and hurting yourself in the process. And with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well, And salutations to the Akim around the world that pushes truth and sincerity. Shalom.